Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Got a new film for you today, Last Breath. Don't know if you've seen it yet. I saw it last week. Didn't get a chance to put anything up on it till today. Well, let's get into it. So, um, Last Breath. Right now, it's rating 79% on Rotten Tomato, 91% on the fan score. I can see that. It's a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it. It's funny because it's a film or a movie based on a documentary, based on a true story. I did not know that going in. If you haven't seen it yet, you may not know that either. You definitely get it right at the beginning because it starts off with telling you this is based on a true story, and then as the opening credits scroll some, it goes a little bit more into based off of this documentary. We've got Woody Harrelson in it, playing kind of not really the main character. Actually, he's more of a side character. The trailers don't really let you know that. He's more the grizzled old dive guy who's overseeing this project. And again, I'm so sorry if I get these names wrong. Simu Liu is in it. Um, Finn Cole, who's kind of I think more the main character is Chris Lemons. He's who the documentary I'm sure is based on because he's the one who has issues during this dive. And by the way, if I haven't said it yet, let me say right now, major spoilers in this review. Almost all my reviews have spoilers in it. I will tell you at least if you want to know, should I go see it before you hear anything else? Yes, go see it. Way better than the previews make it look. Way more compelling of a story. You get some insight into how dives work and those type of things that you may not have otherwise known. Definitely go see it. So here's the spoiler aspects of it. So stay with me if you want to know a little bit more about the movie. Basically, the story is this. We have this young diver. You see him in the beginning of the movie. He's with his fiance. You're not really sure if it's fiance, girlfriend, what, because he kind of bounces back and forth through the terms at one point. I believe it is his fiance, and she's saying, look, that was her right there. Look, don't really want you to go do these dives. I understand it's who you are. I'll be here home waiting for you. So he goes off and to do this dive. Now, the really cool thing about this movie that I liked a lot is it kind of gives you this inside view of what's going on in the world, right? How these underlying wires and pipelines and everything actually exist in the oceans. A lot of people don't know that. That I at least knew going into the movie, right? Like all of our, or a lot of our telecommunications go through these massive underlying or under water lines. But like a lot of things, they have to be maintained. What I didn't know is what it takes to maintain them. So interesting enough, we have these divers, and they jump into the water, and they get taken down to the water, to the sites where these wires are, and they have to fix them. And so when they first get in the boat, they're put in these pressurized systems, like capsules, big capsules, 3 men to a capsule. And for I think it was like 4 weeks, they're like getting pressurized to these underwater depths, so they're used to it. As this is going on, right, the boat's getting into position. They have a guy who oversees them. I think in the film they show 3 separate crews. Of course, we only really profile the one. They get on site. The boat has these really cool propellers that like GPS or something keeps it in location over the site because while the waves are going, the guys are underwater, tethered to the boat with these umbilical lines. That little thing that you keep seeing bopping up and down under the water that Woody Harrelson's in there, that right there, that's the pod, right, that they work out of. And so that gets lowered down underwater. Then the divers jump out of that pod with these umbilical cords and they start doing their work. Well, in the movie, the waves are really bad up on top, and the boat malfunctions. These propellers aren't able to keep the guys um, in one spot. It's being thrown all around. The one, Chris Lemons, played by Finn Cole, his umbilical cord gets caught and then snaps. The other diver goes back up to the bell, and the whole thing is, do we get back down to save Chris in time? Chris has an emergency tank with him, right? And that emergency tank has like 10 minutes worth of air in it. You'd think it would have more. I don't know why it doesn't have more, but it has 10 minutes. And we're not even like, I think we're just like halfway through this movie. It's not a long movie, but like halfway through it. And you're thinking, 10 minutes? How are they going to drag this movie out if they do it somewhat real time? The guy has 10 minutes. He's going to die, right? How's it exciting? They save him in 10 minutes? No, they don't. They don't save him in 10 minutes. And so you'll see, and they even show it like right at the beginning. You'll see in the preview here, he's like underwater twitching, right? Because he's out of air. And so the whole thing is this a rescue? He's at over 10 minutes with no oxygen. Is this a body recovery? Do we get the boat moved back over them in time to be able to do the next dive to get to him? They have a little like drone thing. Can it get down to save him? It's just wild. And the thing is about these umbilical cords is they have their air, they have their power, and importantly too, one of those lines, I think is the red line that you see snapping there, right there, the red part, has warm water, hot water, because it's so cold at the bottom of this ocean. They're up in the North Sea. That's a cold part of the world anyways, let alone being so deep. So, and then we got to get the boat, back over to them. And without those nav systems working right, how do we do that? So we're able to take what turns out to be 29 minutes and make it pretty darn exciting. And so you're watching this 29-minute long ordeal, which is taking up time in the movie, right? And there is a little bit of hinky stuff they can do with time in movies because they're bouncing here and bouncing there, trying to show everything that's happening at the same time. But we still have this diver underwater. Now, like I said, spoilers, right? Spoilers for everybody's listening. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. If you didn't hear me say it, spoilers. They do get to him. They do save him. And they save his life. Now, the question is, can a man be underwater for 29 minutes with no oxygen? And the answer apparently is yes. I don't know if he holds the record, but that's a darn long time. And the question is how, right? Well, you can speculate, and I think they do, that the extreme cold water that he was under without that warming in his suit is what helped keep him alive. What's funny, though, is at the end of the movie, like, they've got a 4-day trip back, right? Like, they cancel the rest of this mission. We're going home. Our boat's not working right. We can't have this happen to someone else, so they go straight home. Within a day, he's like up and talking. Everything's cool. He wanders off the boat, just kind of like, I'm going home now. Gets in a taxi, goes home. Doesn't even tell his wife, right? He just shows up at the front door. He said, hey, we had a problem with the boat. Came home, and I'm here now. So, and she's like, oh, somebody was hurt. Who was it? And then she realizes it was him. Oh, my gosh. But he goes back and dives again. In like real life. This is all real life again. He goes back and dives again. So here's what I'm saying. Look. I recommend go seeing it. I know I probably spoiled it for some of you. If you don't care about spoilers, you kept listening. If you did, you turned off earlier. Either way, I think the Rotten Tomatoes scores are very fair for this. I think this is going to be a sleeper. If you don't see it in the theater, that's unfortunate because the films like this need support. I hope everybody goes and sees the big blockbusters. Go see this. And if you don't see it in the theater, see it at home. I recommend it. I do ask, as always, that if you come to my channel, you like what you see, you like a quick rundown about these movies, I'm going to try and keep them a little shorter. Please like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, all those things you're supposed to do to help support a channel. Also, more importantly, share this with friends, right? Like say, hey, there's this cool film cricket guy out there telling us about movies. I try and keep it much more conversational, like you would tell a friend if you see a movie in the theater, and you say, hey, was it worth seeing? And your friend tells you, yeah, go see it. Look, I'm a friend, right, man? I want to be your friend. I want to be telling you about these movies, and I want you to enjoy them. I know last time I said I was going to go see Paddington, and I didn't go see it. Somebody told me it was bad, a friend of mine. I hope it's not. I do like Paddington, but I might go see what Mickey 15 next, and I'll try and get a video up a little bit quicker for everybody. Till then, enjoy the movie. Please go see Last Breath while it's still in theaters, and I will see you at the movies. Thanks a lot, everybody. Bye bye.